run 2 more times?
If it's less than a year left.
If it's less than a year left, -5.
It's 2 years.
Go ahead.
Oh.
If it's less than 2 years, you can finish the term and then run for 2 terms.
Okay, and what's the significance of that 2-year mark?
Read it down.
Go ahead, 4.
Washington set the precedent.
No, not the 2-term, the 2-year mark.
Oh, 2 years.
Yeah, because you said if it's less than 2 years or if it's more than 2 years. What's the significance of that?
He's not running for a 3rd term. Over 2 years, it'd be half of the.
That's what it is. Basically what they said on this is that if you die and Irvin takes over, if it's in year 3 or 4, meaning after the halfway point, Irvin could still get elected twice. If it was in year 1 or 2 when Kate died, then Irvin could only be elected once because he would have served more than half of a term already, and they're not going to basically let you go longer than 10 years. Anything else, Colette's group, that you want to add?
The 25th.
Yeah, actually, you do have control now. What's the 25th Amendment?
That says that if the vice president can no longer serve, then the president can appoint another one.
Yeah, that's one part of it.
If the president dies, the vice president takes over.
That's another part of it.
If the president thinks that he cannot perform his duties for some reason, he can let the Congress know, and the vice president would take over.
Okay.
Until he
written statement from the president. Go ahead.
Until he says that he can take over again.
At which point he immediately takes it back. And then what's the 4th one?
If the vice president and the majority of the cabinet say that the vice president can't take care of his duties, then the vice president takes over until.
That's right. If the vice president and a majority of the cabinet, and if you remember from Air Force One, if all of the cabinet but the vice president says no, president remains in office. The vice president's got to sign off on this, so absolutely. Pick me the next category. Hit it, Beatrice.
Miscellaneous for 3.
Miscellaneous for 3. Another list all you can. Contraceptives. First, okay, actually, you're going to have it next, but y'all have it now. Contraceptives.
Okay.
4.
That was
3. 2. 1. Go, Olaf. Contraceptives. I don't want the rhythm method. That's what somebody said earlier today. 4. 3. Anybody in the group? 2. Contraceptives. 1. Go. Claudia's group.
Well, I mean, we did just basically talk about this case, the whole thing with contraceptives, where there was a misprint on the label, and.
Not that one. Need something else.
Oh.
That's your answer? No. -3. Okay, go ahead, Sean. You're next.
Well, there was this lady in Connecticut. And
the lady in Connecticut, go!
Well, she wanted to get contraceptives and...
Why did she need them?
Because without them she could have died. She could have died.
What do you mean, how could she die? She could die because she didn't have contraceptives?
If she didn't get them, yeah.
Why?
Because of the medical condition.
Okay, so she would die, why?
Because of birth.
Okay, if she got pregnant, she could die because of a medical condition. I like this now. 1, 2, 3. So this is the first part.
She went to the Supreme Court, and what happened? Well, no, she told her doctor, and he said no because there was a law.
So what'd she do?
She tried to bring it down, and she went to the Supreme Court. They said that she hadn't suffered any injury.
She hadn't suffered any injury. 1, 2, 3. And then she went back to the doctor a second time.
And he also said no. What happened was she actually got arrested before she went to the Supreme Court again. On some charges.
I think that's -3. It's really close. Go ahead, Kevin. 4.
Because the case wasn't rape, she had to go to the doctor with cops with her, so that the doctor would give her the contraceptives in front of the cops. Then she had to get arrested in order for her to have suffered.
She went 3 times. The first time she went, she didn't get the contraceptives. Yeah. She went to court, and the court said the case isn't ripe. You haven't suffered an injury. Yeah. Then the doctor sued. And the doctor had not been arrested. He refused to give it to her. He was not ripe as well because he had suffered no injury. The third time, they took the police. There was an arrest made this time. Went to court, and what did the Supreme Court say the third time?
They said they knocked the law down.
They struck down the law, actually. 1, 2, 3. Show of hand. First hand I see. There's another thing with contraceptives dealing with married people. Go ahead, Kate.
That married people can only contraceptive can only be given to married people and not to single people.
They would be given to married people.
Wait.
3.
Yeah,
2. Go ahead, Lexi. Help her.
It was
1.
To
remain them, I mean, to keep the marriage and for moral issues.
Okay, that's true. So what? Who was given what?
All the contraceptives were given to married couples,
But not single people.
not single people.
Okay, I can go with this. All right, now what happened with this? What happened with this? I mean, are you single? Can you get contraceptives today?
Yes, because that law was struck down.
Why was it struck down? 3,
Discrimination.
2, how?
Because
1.
married single people felt like if I don't, something else.
Go ahead, Kelson. 3, 2, 1. -3. Go ahead, Kevin Drew.
It's discriminative against single people. Single people can't get contraceptives and married people.
One standard is given to one group, the other standard is given to the other group, and the big difference, and you were, Kate, you were really close. The trick on this is that basically the married versus the unmarried, that's what they're discriminating against. Go ahead, pick the next category, Kevin's group. A lot of Pictionary still out there. Kevin's group, 5, 10, 50, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 47 up here. Yuri's group, 18. Hasham's group, 28. Claudia's group, 26. Colette's group, 5, 10, 50, 20, 25, 30, 35, 42. So it's still really tight. Pick one.
Courts for 5.
Courts for 5. Pictionary. Need somebody to draw
I'll draw.
for their group. Could you hit the light, please, ma'am? All right, Olaf, this is what I need right here. 1 minute, starting on the 8th, go.